Welcome guys, it's Andrew from MAO Magic here. I've got a whole range of car mounts from GekoGrip, which has now become one of my favorite car mounts definitely out there among the many that I've seen, tried, and get emailed from every single day. So these are car mounts, and they work with pretty much any size phone underneath a certain weight, because that's really what's going to matter for these, because all of these are magnetic based ones, so they're really just going to depend on the weight of your actual phone. So let's go ahead and walk through each of these, see what the differences are, and see which one is going to work best for you. Then we're going to go actually try them out in my car. So all these again are magnetic, so the heads are pretty much going to be similar, and they're all going to include two different plates for your phone. A round one with some sort of adhesive on the back so you can actually stick directly to your phone, or this thin one here that you can put between the case and your phone. And what I like about this, these are just the attention to detail that I like from GekoGrip, is it actually has like a suede back to it, like a soft back. Most of the other ones would just straight up be metal and I'd worry about scratching my phone, but not the ones from GekoGrip. The actual things themselves also feel a lot more high quality. They don't seem like all the standard ones they just kind of buy and put their logos on. I mean, for instance, a different shape, and it's got that nice chrome around the edge. And the magnets are one of the strongest set of magnets I've seen in these magnetic car mounts. So I have no fears at all when I throw my phone on here, like I literally pretty much throw it on here, that's going to fall off while I'm driving. So you saw here, this is the one that goes on the vent itself. So it just plugs into any of those vents. But of course, the downside of those is in the wintertime, your vents are spitting out hot air, which you may not want against your phone. Also, I love the top of this. I love when you open it. It's a little gecko with the feet, like the attention detail of putting like the gecko on there and the little curve for the tabs. Just super, super nice. Anyway, so if you don't want one that goes on your vent, you have more of a standard option here, which is just one of those suction cup ones that's going to attach onto your windshield or onto your dash, pretty much any flat surface. As I said, you are going to see a lot of similarities between these three. The head, again, is just like the other, has that ball and pivot socket that you can tighten down and lock into place, so it allows you to really change the angle on it and lock it in to where you want it to be. And again, it's a triangle, so same thing as the first one, just not attached to a vent mount. It's attached to a full-on body thing here that still looks really nice and can easily attach onto any flat surface. I really appreciated how slim this was. I've seen a lot of different suction car mounts out there. They get really big and bulky, and that just adds more weight, which can easily pull off of your windshield. And in all of my testing, I did not have this fall off once. I've had some from big major brands like Spigen just fall off my dash as I'm recording the video, and it was terrible. I never had any issue with this. It's got some kind of adhesive to the bottom of the sticky pad, which you can easily rinse off onto the sink, and it'll pretty much stay on there. At least it did for me. And then lastly, so say you don't want either of those. You don't want to stick it on your dash. You don't want to stick it on your actual vent. Well, what about your CD player? Because who uses the CD players in their cars? At least I don't. I don't at all. So why leave it there? Why don't I just put it to good use? I love this idea, and it's such a smart idea. Unfortunately, it did not work out quite so well in my car because of the layout, but it will work in many other cars out there. You have a little plate here with some softened grooves on the end, and those little teeth are going to go into your CD player, and you can tighten them with that little bolt on the bottom, which spreads them out and locks them into your CD tray. And then of course you have that head that again just clips right on the front. Now the big problem with the magnetic mounts is if you have a large case like an OHara or something that's going to put more distance between the magnet and the actual car mount, you're going to have a problem. I actually had a thicker case with credit cards on the back, and it was a little bit of a problem. Over time, it would start to slip down. I wasn't getting quite enough magnet traction that I really wish I would have had. But if you have a slim case at all, this is going to work really well. Or if no case, you can simply attach that magnet straight to the back. And it is stronger magnet than most other ones that I've seen. So if it's worked with others, it'll definitely work with this. So let's go ahead and attach these, try them out. First up, we have our vent one. It has two different grooves that you can put in, a stronger and a weaker, depending on how thick your slats are in your actual vent. So I put the tighter ones on because they fit really well, and it does not really move at all. I really like this one. The vent one is my go-to of choice. I can put it on the bottom, put the magnet towards the top of my phone, and it'll easily fit there, keeping that hot air more or less away from my phone. I also like the one that actually attaches to your dash, but I just never really have a good place to put it in my particular car, but it performed just as well. It did not fall at all in all of my testing of it. you can see my phone started to tip a little bit, but because that plate is so big, I can simply slide my phone to the left, center the actual magnet, no more problems. Then the last up, we actually had the one that goes in the CD player, and you can kind of see, but it's all at a slant here, and there was no real way to get that in there with that bolt without hitting the underside of my dash. So it did not really work too well in my car, but I still was able to get it to go in there and mount and work fine. If I had a better CD slot or positioned in a different area, this is probably the one that I would go with because it's the most minimal, it doesn't get in the vents, and it doesn't have to go on my dash. This is definitely my one of choice, but it just did not work well in my car because, again, I have a slant, which is hard to see from a straight on view. You can kind of see with my phone. Just did not really work well in here. What I like about these magnetic ones too is it'll actually attract many lightning cables. So I've got a Nomad cable here, one of my favorite ones. We reviewed them. Check out the video for sure and pick some of these up because they're great. But they attach to it. So I can just attach to there, get in my car, take it off, plug in my phone, and then put my phone back on. Easily connect, goes up into, my CarPlay system, or if you want to actually have maps on here, put it sideways, whatever you got to do. So if you guys like these, definitely check them out. There's a link below in the description. Let us know what you think down in the comments. And until next time, it's Andrew for MAO Magic.